Hello and welcome to my Sunday from. So today I have a mukbang and it's just gonna be a simple chicken and ramen plate. And I just have a milk drink with cinnamon in it. Mm. And then yeah, I just whip this up. I might show behind the scenes if you guys want to check it out on my shorts. So I'm still working on my fitness journey, and I hope you guys have been checking me out here in this platform, watching, because I have more to come. And also, I posted on Instagram, Facebook. I've been posting on TikTok regularly, and basically that's probably about it. What I've been up to, trying to keep up with my social media and continuing to network and building our community and trying to make the most out of what situations I face. And I feel like I feel like no, like sometimes you expect things from people. There's some people that you can't really expect things from. Mm, and I feel like um also Asha Vino still has her account on TikTok. Mm, so I reported her because like I felt like she's a child predator because she likes little boys. She's shown affection and threatened little girls too, autistic little kids. So I feel like I needed to report her. I mean, having to block the same person over and over is a little bit overwhelming for me, especially when we're talking about a dangerous criminal. As you know, she's been in jail a lot. I mean, in the span of 1 year, that's a lot for normie, alleged. But we all know that she used the institution for um, conducting her little prostitution ring. And we still haven't heard from what other girls were involved. So that's red flags. I hope they weren't just taken off the street and sold like that. We're gonna have a huge case on our hand. Um, you know, there was a cartel named Alexis. He had ties to Houston, and he's from Matamoros. So, I mean, back in the day, that's all the person they used to talk about in the neighborhoods that I grew up in. Like, we never heard of Menchel, and Chapo wasn't that popular either. So, and then there was the other man, Carlos Manso or something. We didn't ever hear of these people really. Mm, but I mean, having ties to another country is like really bad because that means it's a grown international organized crime mob, right? And they're preying on innocent people. They'll make them work for them and threaten their lives and their families, everybody around them. You know? So, I mean, I see it all the time, like people talking about how one person got used for like smuggling drugs, smuggling arms. In fact, Raul Rocha was alleged to have been used for smuggling things. Like, they thought that he was literally um, doing these things, like active in doing these things for um, probably mental, because that was a really surprising takedown. But what I'm not, like, what I'm trying to say is that some people are considered indentured, almost slaves. They're, they call them donkeys, where they carry the drugs in, or they put them in, they'll put them in a vehicle and make you drive it, or something like that. Something like that. And there's no questions asked, because it's basically like a hostage situation. Either you do it or they find a way to hurt you. And that's why you see ransoms and kidnappings and really bad things. Really bad things. So, I mean, everybody's like Puerto Vallarta, but in fact, it was just one man who could destroy, and I'll name it, China, Australia, Colombia. He had ties to even Venezuela. He had ties to the United States, um, because he did live there and he was deported for drugs. You see, and it would make sense that he did that to Rocha, because why? Because Rocha has work in the United States. He has good, he's an outstanding, like, he's good. He's hasn't hurt any of his residency, right? And Menschel was deported. He can't come over. So that would make sense. That, rumor, or I don't know, gossip, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's a good tip. They should have called it in, but, you know, some people, like I said, some people turn a blind eye to crime. And I think it's really not the vibe this year. This is 2026. We're out with the lizards. We're draining the swamp, you know? And this is not just us right here, it's us around the world, tired of these anti government protesters. I mean, look how Tehran is. And now you see us doing strikes there because they decided that they wanted to control certain things and, you know, gain influence in that government there. And I think that's really a nasty attitude to have. And I found that to happen a lot in the world, But one thing's for sure, we're not going to stop striking down terrorists. Iran even said, we're not going to tolerate terrorists. Israel, definitely, they have the IDF now, so, people think it's cute and funny, entertaining, and they're very open about it, especially online. You know, I really don't, I don't see, what's there to vocalize or participate, actively involve yourself in, if you don't want to end up on the wrong side of international law. And people are like, well, this Iran stuff brand new that we can take advantage of it, twist it and turn it and use it as propaganda. And just the thought alone is sickening. But you see how the media started gaining interest and they're saying this is the exception. I'm thinking, why is the exception terrorists in Iran when there's terrorists here threatening us right now? Because we bombed their area in which they gather. So why is that an exception, and why is that cute and funny? And how are you entertaining yourself off of this loss that the government of Iran has taken? Because these people continue to demand power in a country that's very traditional, much like a lot of countries around the world who do hold stake in their own government still. And it's like fighting tooth and nail just to keep that going. South Korea, Venezuela, Mexico. We have so many countries just here in the Americas. I went and got a refill, guys. This is really good. And I'm going to share the recipe I told you guys. I'm going to share it. But, you can see they're worse than a car salesman. They're talking so fast, like they can barely catch their own breath. And when you see them going at it, it's crazy. It's literally crazy. It's like watching piranhas, you know? And I feel like people have just kind of, you know, they kind of been, how do you say, they've been kind of exposed to this for so long. They're just, you know, they don't even notice it. Like it's normalized because they control the media, right? The media controls the media. Duh. You know, and it's not like an innocent thing. You're talking about nuclear crisis right now, and you're putting all your eggs in one basket, betting. You know, you're putting all your bets on one thing, right? Wishing that somebody would take the bait, that you could start recruiting for your Kamala again. But a country with nuclear power, that has everybody scared. And that's the main reason why Donald J. Trump is so feared. Because he's one of those powerful countries. You know? And to think there are now a few countries that do have that power, and one just snuck in. We didn't even know they were manufacturing them. So, I mean, people can talk, but we know where they're at. We know that they're scared of Donald J. Trump. That's why they talk so much crap. You know? it would be fear that compels you to actively participate in all this unproductive chaos, you know, and here in our homeland, here in our home front, right? And, you know, in all this time, everybody's saying, shut down, DHS bad, ICE scary. How do you feel now knowing that these homegrown terrorists that are from the Biden era have threatened us? Where are you now? Are you still with them? Ambushing ICE? Threatening DHS? Because now, I don't want to fuck with you. I'm down bad for my people. I am down bad for my people. And I'll do whatever it takes. Make sure they have a future, a bright future, and an option to have an even brighter future. You know? But some people are so butthurt, you know? And all y'all people, I do have something I want to tell you. People are like, oh, she hasn't said nothing yet. She hasn't said nothing yet. She's always talking shit, but she hasn't said nothing yet. She ain't hit on nothing yet. Lately, she's been quiet about Kamala. I do have something to tell you. I ain't gonna lie. I've had something to say since day one. And I'll say it now. Kamala lost! Bah ha ha ha! That's what I have to say to you. Childish piece of shit. And, I mean, I don't see why you think that dividing our country with your politics is so smart. Like, if half of y'all were smart, we'd have a fully staffed government sector. We wouldn't even have shutdown. We'd have people wanting to come to work, right? We wouldn't have these lazy ass slobs if half of y'all had as much, you know, smoke and steam and, you know, movement behind you that you claim you do. Recruiting people, recruiting innocent people off the streets of our country, because remember, you said it's our president in our country and you don't like DHS. Then all of y'all are liable to be credited for these death threats that our great nation has received as of late. And since you're recruiting, well, then there's more. And, I mean, what else is there to say? We're still here. Studio C, my son de front. 100% free Palestine. Yeah. So, unless you're willing to talk about that, then maybe you should butt out of our country's politics and go to wherever you so love. You're so vocal about this and that country and that policy and this policy in foreign lands. Well, why don't you go invest all your energy over there and leave? Period. go. And, and I think for the most part, that's what, it sounds like that people get tired of certain groups of people that are instigators, excuse me, and they end up in foreign lands trying to do the same shit. And then they get bombed by a powerful country. Like, you saw Donald J. Trump, our second term president of our country. Because they're taking our country back. It's like, you know, you're just filled with delusion. And, you know, I hate to say it, but, that whole thing, Biden, that was gone. That was a long time ago. I think he wasn't even fit to hold presidency anymore after a certain amount of months. So during the inauguration, he wasn't really, he was there physically. He wasn't there mentally. And he has that confirmation. He got that confirmation recently. So, I mean, I think right now, all these rallies and these protests with ICE and stuff, it sounds crazy. You know what type of world we live in. I mean, I do. But thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. My so different. Bye-bye.